Oh my God. Okay. Huh? I'm gonna paint their nails later.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm a professional chef, and these are my $143 scrambled eggs, bacon, and toast ingredients.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm a home cook, and these are my $14 ingredients for scrambled eggs, bacon, and toast.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. Bye.
We've got bare bones here.
Chicken feet!
So I wanted to transform the classic American breakfast plate into a classic American Chinese breakfast plate.
I guess it's probably something in like the more like Asian spectrum of food, Chinese maybe.
I was planning to make an awesome dish of wok scrambled eggs, Chinese bacon, caviar, scallion pancakes, and egg drop gravy.
All right, well the first thing I see is a lot more chicken than I would typically think of being in bacon and scrambled eggs.
For my egg drop gravy, I was gonna make a homemade chicken stock with chicken bones, chicken feet, celery, carrot, onions, and ginger. The whole dish was gonna be garnished with a nice dollop of Osetra caviar. It's the best in the world.
Okay, that's caviar. You know, all the normal stuff. What am I doing?
With Emily's recipe, I have just the basic ingredients. These are things you're gonna find in your pantry, but with a little technique, we're gonna make them even better. If I had to guess, I'd say these ingredients are $15. There you go. Yes, I eat a lot of breakfast.
If I had to guess, I think that this tray would cost $99? That's a lot of dough. Scallion pancake dough. Nope, sorry. Lots of ingredients, no instructions per se. You know, people love breakfast for dinner, because that is when this will be done. I don't know how to make most of these things, and I'm not even 100% sure what egg drop gravy is, so I'm gonna need Rose's help. Help me, Rose!
Hey, Emily. So what are you making
Hi.
today?
Okay, so I am making wok scrambled eggs with caviar, bacon, scallion pancakes, and egg drop gravy.
Sounds delicious. What should we start with? I'm thinking the scallion pancake.
How do you make a scallion pancake?
So all you do is take your flour and water, and you're actually gonna heat the water up first. Pour the water into the flour and mix it until it's like a nice smooth dough.
What are you doing? Why aren't you mixing? Look at this, there's all this flour that's not even getting incorporated. I have to step in. Can't trust a machine.
And then you're gonna let it rest. Resting is really, really important.
The cling wrap, you're making me look stupid.
After that resting time, you're gonna bring it back and you're gonna roll it out into a rectangle.
Is it a rectangle? No. Does it suggest a rectangle? Kind of.
Now you're going to take some butter, some lard, and sesame oil and melt it together, and then brush it on your rectangle. And then you're going to take some chopped scallions, some MSG and salt, and sprinkle that mixture onto your rectangle. Then you're going to take the long side of the rectangle and roll it really tightly, and then slice it cross-section wise and roll it out to about 5 to 6 inches in diameter.
So I guess I'm gonna like smash them kind of? That looks good. Look at me, I'm making a scallion pancake. Mom, look. All right, last one. All right, this is feeling good. I think I'm doing great.
So Emily gave me this wonderful Wonder Bread, and I think she was just gonna use this as toast, but I'm gonna turn this into a dumpling wrapper. We're gonna just press down on this, and this is gonna help us be able to form the dumpling in a wrapper that doesn't tear as easy. So then you have your bread, it's been smushed, and then you just use your ring mold, and then you can remove the crust, and you have basically a toast dumpling wrapper. You'll find dumplings everywhere around the world, but I think this is a pretty unique dumpling skin. And there you go. Toast dumpling wrappers.
The next thing I have to do is make our bacon. So I have Chinese bacon, which is very different from the bacon that I started with. Just by looking at it, you wouldn't know this, but it's like hard, you know? It's like solid.
So the difference between Chinese bacon and regular bacon is that the Chinese bacon comes from one slice of pork belly, so it comes rather thick, as opposed to the thinly sliced bacon you get in the grocery store. Because it's cured and dried, it has a very hard texture, and that's why you have to steam it for a while. I got this bacon from Emily. I think she was gonna fry it up in the pan, but I'm gonna use the bacon in two ways. One as a filling for my dumpling, and the other, I'm going to take the strawberry jam and use it to candy the bacon. I have had Oscar Mayer many times before. Oscar-Mayer, I love to eat it every day. And now you just wait.
All right, so these have been cooking for about 10 minutes now, so I think it should be ready to go. I'm gonna just take a look. That looks definitely different. Oh, it smells good too. It looks a lot more tender now. All right, here's our bacon.
Okay, I think they're ready to flip. For the purposes of dumpling filling, I don't want them too crispy. I want them to still have a little bit of chew. So I like my bacon not so crispy. My wife likes it super crispy. I usually have my bacon very crispy. Yeah, she wins. So our bacon is cooked, and now I'm gonna chop these up for our dumpling filling. Okay, so let's move on to preparing our candied bacon. So I'm using a rack here on the sheet pan. It's gonna allow the bacon to get a little crispier. Emily gave me this jam, and I'm sure she was gonna use it on the toast. We're gonna use it to glaze our bacon, and the sugar inside the jam is going to help the bacon become candied. So let's just take a couple of spoonfuls of the jam, and then you're just gonna loosen it up with a whisk. So the jam is not going to spread too thick, but you just want a nice even coat. So we're gonna put this in a 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes, and we're gonna baste it about every 5 minutes.
All right, it's time to get my stock started.
So to make chicken stock from scratch, you're gonna wanna wash your chicken bones and parts, add it to the water.
Look at this, right? Ah, no, that's not gonna work. Oh my God. Okay. Huh?
And add your celery, carrots, onion, and ginger. Simmer it for 2 hours and then strain it.
And we just want to get everybody covered, but also not boil over and create a big mess. That looks good.
Our bacon's been cooking for about 15 minutes, and it's nice and caramelized.
All right, so I would say that the stock looks like stock now. It's got a different color, the feet all look kind of boiled, smells good. I think it's ready. Time to turn this stock into gravy.
So Emily was probably just going to fry these eggs up, but I wanted to poach them to use them as a filling for my dumplings. Just drop in the egg, and I'm just moving it around a little bit so it cooks evenly. So we're mostly using the yolk, so I'm trying to separate the egg whites from the egg. You just want to strike a nice balance between having a runny yolk and having it formed enough that you can handle it while filling your dumpling. Quickly test it by touching it lightly. What would feel like rare on a steak. I am going to drop it in some cold water and then just continue that process for the other 5 eggs, and it's 1 egg per dumpling. And our last egg yolk is done, and we're gonna put it aside until we're ready to form our dumplings. Excellent.
Let's make this egg drop gravy. What did Rose say?
You're gonna heat the stock up and you're gonna make a slurry.
A slurry is a mixture of cornstarch and water that thickens a sauce.
Yeah, that's probably whisked. I don't know. What do I know? Slurry, slurried.
Add your minced garlic, ginger, soy sauce, oyster sauce.
And just like a solid pinch of our MSG.
MSG stands for monosodium glutamate and makes things more savory. And we use it in a lot of Asian dishes. I like to refer to it as magic seasoning granules. And then you're gonna wanna add your slurry.
I might add just a little sploosh more slurry. Sploosh is like, it's like a measurement, but with more jazz. Oh, that's not so hard. What do I do now? How do I do this bit? I don't know. I'm supposed to drizzle it, I think?
You're gonna swirl your pot while you drizzle in your egg ribbons.
Stand back as I perform this feat of magic. All right, drizzling and swirling. Okay, I feel like I'm getting the hang of this. Yeah, that's kind of looking like egg drop soup, I feel like. I think it's great. All right, I think that's it. My egg drop gravy is done.
Meringue time with Chris Cheung. Emily gave me some sriracha chili sauce, and I know these are great on eggs, but I wanted to incorporate it in a different way, so I'm gonna make a sriracha chili sauce meringue. So a meringue is basically egg foam. The one thing that you must do is not get any yolk into the egg whites that you're going to mix. I am gonna save the yolk for later so we can make a seal for our dumplings. I am going to start whipping up the egg whites and it's going to add air, and it's going to make this beautiful foam. We're going to do this just for a few minutes until we see the air getting incorporated into the egg whites. For about 2 eggs, you're looking at about a tablespoon of sriracha. Our chili sauce meringue is ready to go.
All right, so I'm gonna start prepping my eggs for my scrambled eggs. So what I have is some very fancy looking eggs and these Chinese chives that have like little flowers on the end. Look at that, how cute is that?
Chinese chives are a little larger and they're a little bit stronger in taste.
Very subtle, kind of earthy. Ooh, little kick at the end. I wonder how the chives will work in tandem with the scallion of the scallion pancake, you know? Oh, look at that yolk color. Get a nice pinch of salt in there and pepper. Let's get whiskey. In the wok, there's not gonna be a lot of time to get it all fluffy, so I feel like the fluffiness has to come now. Eggs, ready.
Time to assemble the dumplings. So we're gonna take our dumpling wrapper and we're gonna take the egg yolks that we have and we're gonna create the seal for the perimeter of our dumplings. And once that happens, we can put our fillings into the dumpling wrapper. In goes the egg, top it with some bacon, fold it, and then pinch the edges to seal it.
All right, let's fry our scallion pancakes, shall we? I don't know how much oil I'm supposed to have. Let's go for it. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna try and go for a flip. I feel like this is like too small and it's gonna like go flying, but I'm just gonna like, no, it's too little. I'm too scared. I'm too scared. I'll do it on the next one.
Okay, these dumplings are filled and now they're ready to be seared. I like to say these dumplings, you just add a little bit of butter to the pan. Everything in this dumpling is already cooked. You just want to get a nice color on the bottom of the dumpling, but you want everything to get a little bit hot, so you want to cover the pan.
All right, let's see here. Okay, I'm feeling good. Oh, nope. Ah! I don't even care if I burn this one. I'm just gonna get this. I'm gonna make this happen. Ha! Did I overcook it slightly on one side? Yeah. Was it worth it to do that flip? Absolutely. I'm just adding my sesame seeds now because it'll stick to the oil while it's still hot. All right, last pancake is in. All right. Scallion pancakes are done and ready for when we plate.
So all the dumplings are seared on both sides and I just wanted to take them off the heat. I could smell the bacon. As long as you could smell the bacon, everything's good.
All right, wok time. Let's scramble these eggs. To my understanding, once these eggs hit this pan, things are gonna move pretty fast. So I'm gonna try and be ready.
The wok gets very hot very quickly. So Emily, don't stop stirring until they're nice and fluffy or they're gonna burn.
I'm very nervous for this. The eggs are going in. I'm just gonna give that a second. Stir it a little. Yeah, I think that looks good. All right. Eggs.
Okay, let's move on to plating this breakfast.
Well, friends, it was a long road, but we got here together.
So when I'm plating dumplings, there's 2 rules. You're either gonna show off the pleat when you fold nice dumplings and you see those lines as you fold, or you're gonna show off the sear and the caramelization. In this case, we're gonna show off the sear and caramelization because these are pleatless dumplings.
I think all of these pancakes look great. I love all my pancake children equally. These 2, I think, are the ones I'll serve to me and Chef Chris.
Take your 3 best bacon. I'm gonna line them up right on the plate here.
All right, next up, eggs. Get everything on the plate. Oh, my stomach is starting to growl.
We're gonna plate our dumplings with this beautiful sear.
All right, and then I'm going to arrange my pork bites. I'm just gonna go in like a little sunburst here.
You just wanna get a nice scoop of this right here. And you watch it jiggle on the plate a little bit.
All right, next up we have our egg drop gravy. So I'm just going to totally put this here. Voila. All right, last up, we have our fancy and schmancy caviar. They gave me a caviar key, but I don't know how to use it. This is a key for rich people, you know? This actually also opens the doors to Gramercy Park, fun fact. Gonna put like maybe a lot on top. I don't think there's such a thing as too much caviar in this situation. So we're gonna go double dollop. And there you have it. We have wok scrambled eggs with scallion pancake, Chinese bacon, egg drop gravy, and caviar.
And there you have it. bacon and runny egg toast dumplings with candied bacon and chili meringue.
Hey, it's nice
How's
to
it going?
see you.
How you
I'm good. I'm so excited to see what you did.
I'm so excited to see what you did.
Let's do
There's a
it.
drum roll here somewhere. There you go.
Wow. What am I looking at here?
I made bacon and runny egg toast dumplings with candied bacon and a chili meringue.
This is wild. This is really cool. This is not at all what I would have made because I would have made something much dumber than this. This is really great. Well, I'm excited to dig in.
And all in it goes.
All right.
Yes.
And I'll just do a little bit of this guy.
Cheers.
Oh,
Cheers. Oh, you beat me to it. All right.
It's so cool because it tastes like all the things that are in it except better. I really like the way the spiciness of the meringue and it's so light and fluffy next to the unctuous dumplings. It's cool the way it all works together.
So now I want to taste this one.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Did a great job. You got great, delicious Chinese bacon. The scallion pancake came out seared very well. You got the egg drop sauce there, and the caviar definitely, what's to complain about caviar?
Right, yeah.
Caviar in the morning with Chinese bacon and eggs and a scallion pancake, you cannot go
That's the
wrong.
life.
Yes.